Research is the pipeline for patient care. We conduct clinical trials because we have to push the boundaries of medicine consistently.
Well, the Ontario clinical trials ecosystem is extremely important. It brings new opportunities for patients first and foremost, but it's really there to also drive innovation and create new medicines that can benefit patients around the world.
Trials provide us the opportunity to make impacts in the everyday lives of Ontarians and other people out there.
If we don't have clinical trials, we don't have hope for cures.
Getting the discoveries to the patient quickly is as important as research can be.
10 years ago in 2012, at the time there was a decline in clinical trial investment and activity, the Government of Ontario brought together stakeholders across the province to ask two questions: why is this happening and what can we do to address it? From those initial discussions, Clinical Trials Ontario emerged with the goal of working with the community to improve the clinical trials environment. Our first priority was implementing a streamlined ethics review system that would allow one ethics review for multi-site studies. There were over 200 hospitals and universities across the province participating in trials, and for many of these trials, an ethics review was done by each institution. Fast forward to today, a single research ethics review for multi-site studies is commonplace, with 110 institutions using the system, 19 REBs, and over 120 industry sponsors.
It's now a team game, not just for one centre, but for multiple centres acting together.
And Clinical Trials Ontario is there to create that glue to make it possible for multi-center trials to be activated rapidly, creating access to trials for patients across the entire province.
For me, it's a personal story. I lost my brother, who was also my best friend, to the complications of sickle cell disease in 1999. I felt called to do something about sickle cell. We serve a minority, we serve a marginalized community, a stigmatized patient community, and having CTO on our side, ensuring that every patient organization, your clinical trials, your research initiatives also has the spotlight. I can't even imagine Canada when it comes to clinical trials and research without CTO.
Many people don't understand how difficult it may be for somebody to participate. Hearing the participant experience is absolutely critical, and CTO was very involved in this from the get-go.
At the end of the day, we can have great sites and great investigators, but we really need patients to understand the benefits of participating in a clinical trial and make informed decisions of their participation.
CTO has dedicated resources for patient and public engagement so that patients and the public can be members of clinical trial teams. And I think by virtue of that, we help make trials become more relevant. We help the results be more robust.
In the last 10 years, the number of trials in Ontario has almost tripled. This is really outstanding blend between academic institutions and hospitals.
We have 23 academic hospitals in the province, each of whom has people who are really at the top of their trade, really well-trained, inquisitive investigators.
We have leadership committed to supporting clinical research. We have an incredible cadre of clinical trial and research ethics professionals.
All of the new drug pipelines that are developed anywhere in the world really come to Ontario for clinical sites for testing. That puts us right at the cutting edge of clinical medicine.
This is a community that responded rapidly to COVID. We had a brand new disease, we didn't understand what therapies might be effective, and clinical trials were the solution to address those questions.
Our streamlined research ethics review system and our research ethics boards were ready for this. They were accepting and reviewing and approving COVID studies within days. Our research ethics boards, our investigators, our industry sponsors, they've all come to the table, changed the way they have done things so that we can make trials happen more quickly and be available sooner. We move forward and we set the example. People will come here for the expertise to run a successful clinical trial.
There's lots of opportunity to increase the impact that this has for everyone here in the province.
We will continue to work with our community and with our partners in Ontario and across Canada to make a better clinical trials environment for a brighter future for everyone.